take away. That's gonna jack my ping up even more. We'll find out then. Oh, we're live, by the way. Oh, it's raining! Way!
Hello everyone and welcome along to the opening round of the ILR1 season here from Melbourne, Australia. Alongside me today I've got Jamie Mabata and Jamie qualifying for the opening race of the season. All the pre-season testing thrown out the window and damp conditions see our greeters here at Albert Park. Well, we're in for a cracking and unpredictable session, aren't we?
Ah, yes sir. Love a good rain, love a good rain. Was it, what, ILR3 that had rain in the race and now we have rain in the qualifying? So it kind of just throws everything all out of the bag. Whatever the drivers had practiced for the dry, it's a completely different story here in the wet. So I don't know. We're in for a good one. That's all I can say. 20-man grid, season opener. Can't wait, mate. Tell you that much.
Absolutely, and a few drivers heading down the pit lane already. They're all pouring out onto the intermediate tyre, it would seem, as they come down the pit lane to start this session. So yeah, there was some pre-season testing. There was a very brief period of rest between both seasons where Prix, of course, wrapped up the championship and then went on to win the Race of Champions as well to complete what I'd like to call the League and Cup double. So now we're here in Melbourne, Australia. We had a couple of weeks of testing in Barcelona, or a couple of test days in Barcelona, one of which, Jamie, did have damp conditions, but this is a totally different kettle of fish, isn't it? You're here on a street track in Albert Park in Melbourne, damp conditions. It's going to be really difficult for the drivers to try and find themselves into the rhythm and get themselves out there enjoying themselves and really feeling confident with the cars and their first race in the cars.
Yeah, it also depends too on what setup these drivers have gone for. If they've gone for a, we're not too sure what the actual conditions in the race are. If it's actually a dry race or a wet race, it all depends. The drivers could have gone for a dry setup. It's just really different here because this track is an absolute pain when it comes to driving a wet track or a dry setup. But I guess we'll find out. As I said before, we have no clue if it's actually a wet race or not. I might just ask the ILR3 chat.
Yep, it might be worth asking those guys, but I'm looking at Zalin right now out there, and look at all the cars he's got around him. He's got CJ, Lickle,
yeah, what's going on back here?
All pouring out. So many cars out on the racetrack, desperate to get a lap in early, so potentially the rain might be going to be getting heavier because there's so many cars out there as the laps are about to start. I think Shimasi might be one of the first people round, but look at them all queuing up further down the field. Or further around the lap. Zalin, CJ, look at them all. The two Force Indias all queuing up. It's like the M1 at Russia in the final corner. It's absolute chaos. But the first man, I think, starting a lap is Hayden, and he heads into turn one now in these damp conditions. And look at him sliding a little bit. Don't do a Bottas. Oh, nearly does the rear end. Oh,
that's someone's off in sector 3.
And someone's on in sector 3 on an out lap. But Hayden now heading down to turn 3. And now through the car park, as it's known, and then through the gears, through this left-hander, the back end sliding, and Hayden climbing up to the gears. He's really got that rear end sliding a lot there, Jamie, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's all over the shop.
And struggling quite a bit on this opening lap of the session as he heads towards the end of that first sector. And through turns 7 and now turn 8. And now down towards turn 9. And the back end going again on Hayden there. This setup clearly not suiting his car as he goes through turn 9. Running a little bit wide, missing the apex. And now through turn 10 and then down this short burst past the Albert Park Lake on the right hand side. Now the circuit goes right round it, right round its perimeter as he now goes through the high speed chicane of 11 and 12, Jamie. That really does separate the men from the boys, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. And especially when it's... yeah, it's definitely my favorite corner of the track. Followed by probably turn 1.
Yeah, it's an absolute cracker. Oh yeah, turn 1 and 2 as well. You could really throw the car into 1 and fly through 2 and set yourself up for an overtake there. But yeah, my favourite is certainly that chicane. I'd like to hear what everyone in the comments thinks is their favourite track, but for anyone watching back at home, but yeah, absolutely 11-12 is my favourite as Hayden comes across the start finish line to put the first time on the board, a 1:37.764. Surely that will get beaten quite comfortably. Here goes Shimasi 35.5, gone on end 36.2. And yeah, Hayden immediately dismissed to the bottom as Michelangelo, Jamie, one of the title contenders, it has to be said, puts in a 34.6. A really good opening effort from him, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just on board with Zalin. That McLaren PU doesn't sound too good. What does he put himself on the time sheets? Oh, he's just starting a lap. Wait,
invalidated.
what? Oh, he got invalidated. I
P1.
forgot. Forgot to mention this season's on strict corner cutting. So
There you go.
yeah, so there you go. That's one thing to keep in mind for these drivers. It's just to make it more of a top tier and competitive league. ILR1 now has strict corner cutting, so you guys can stop moaning about it. But it'll be great to see kind of how they. Oh, someone goes well off the grass. Who was that?
CJ way off. Yeah, CJ right off the road there.
Ooh.
But I think he's going to recover.
He's damaged the wing.
Day. He's gone 8th quickest. Pistas, there you go. 2nd quickest, 34.8. So Michelangelo, seemingly, Jamie, has the pace to take it to him this weekend. And we've lost Falcon. He's been disqualified. What happened to Falcon?
He disconnected. Yeah, he disconnected, and then he must have gotten disqualified. And I gotta say, shout out to Bugatti. Bugatti put himself in 3rd. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, good effort. 35-1. He's not a million miles away from the top 2. So, Jamie, let's have a quick discussion then. We've hyped it up in recent weeks. We hyped it up in the near end of the season when we went to the latter stages when Pistas had wrapped up the championship. Who is his main rivals this season? Well, surely Michelangelo's one of them. Who else do you think
and probably Lewis.
can really take it to him? Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis.
Anyone
100%.
else?
That's it for now, in my opinion. I'm not too sure, mate. I'm not too sure. I think we'll find out. I don't know if like people like Shimasi have, I don't know, turned it up this season. We don't know. Gunnarin's pretty quick too, but he's a reserve this season. But my money's on people like Michelangelo and Lewis.
Lico's going quickest. Lico's going quickest, Jamie.
See, Lico's quick, but he's not consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's showing his speed here. But can he follow it through in the race? Absolutely, Jimmy, you're right. He can be quick at times, but sometimes he cannot follow it through in races. We've seen a few flashes of his pace last year, winning a couple of races, but then he just seemed to be completely off the boil in other races. So he will have to deliver more often this season to be considered a championship challenger. And so far today, Jamie, 34-4. Solid start, isn't it?
Solid start, yeah. Solid start.
I think Gunnarin might have a good chance this season. Cliffy's going to be there or thereabouts. He might not have enough to fight for the title, McCliffy, but he'll certainly be there or thereabouts. A lot of people have been on the Falcon hype train in recent weeks, despite the fact he never won a race last season. But again, he's been disqualified, obviously not through his fault, and it's going to be a difficult start to his season tomorrow, isn't it?
Falcon's also another rapid one, but the problem with him is he can't keep his head screwed on for the entire length of the race. So, I mean, it's not just a matter of winning for him, it's a matter of finishing the race. That's the problem with Falcon. If you want to talk about inconsistent like Lico, Falcon's on another level of inconsistency, and he does do a lot of silly things too that tend to hamper his not really his pace, but hamper his chances of winning.
Yep, a lot of cars coming into the pits then with 4 minutes to go, and I have to agree, Falcon needs to step it up a little bit. It's Lico on top though with a 134.495, a tenth or so quicker than Michelangelo. Pistas around 3 and a bit tenths shy of that group, but Lewis is out there pushing in the Toro Rosso. Oh, he's not.
Matt's
he's coming into the pits. He's abandoned that lap. Where's Matt?
In the grass.
What Matt is it? Oh, Matt Tibos, one of the main protagonists, main contenders last season in ILR2. He was really quick, Jamie, and had he been there from the start of the season, he arguably would have won the title.
Oh yeah.
Currently 10th quickest, a second or so off the pace.
Oh, just getting in the way of his teammate there.
Pits. Yeah, as Brandon comes round the final corner, where's he going to go? 16th at the moment. The ILR3 champion goes 15th quickest, and a bit like Charles Leclerc, you could say, winning GP3, winning GP2, jumping into a Sauber. And it's pretty much the same for Brandon, winning an ILR3, okay, went straight up into ILR1, but yeah, in a Sauber and struggling down at the back end of the field, and that's just the harsh realities of the top tier, isn't it, Jamie? It's very, very tight, very competitive, and very hard to beat the likes of Michelangelo and, of course, reigning champion Pistas. And Cliffy now has gone 3rd quickest, I see.
Yeah, I was about to mention Cliffy going 3rd quickest in that newly promoted Red Bull with his nice new helmet. Interesting helmet he's going for, but yeah, he's also one that I like to say can challenge Pistas for the crown, but also he needs to be a bit more consistent too, because there's races where he's up there, then there's races where he's like battling cars like 20 seconds back. So he's kind of all up and down the grid.
Sometimes it's his strategy though, Jamie, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's his strategies.
just, yeah.
It's not
and
spot
he just
on.
ends up, yeah, he gives himself a bit of a handicap sometimes, but sometimes the strategy does work out when he goes for the harder compound and he does put in a good show. But For me, Cliffy just needs a few more tenths of a second, and until he finds those few tenths, he's not going to be at the sharp end every race. I mean, we were crying out for it when he joined mid-season last year, and we never seen it until Belgium when he really took it to Pistas.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunate not to beat him that afternoon, but Cliffy's actually pulling over now to let a lot of cars through. I think he's on an in-lap, or... Yeah, he's out of fuel, so that's Cliffy done for the session.
Ooh,
so we won't see anything else from him. So that time he's done at the moment will not get any quicker. So let's watch Bugatti then in the Mercedes car heading down to the end of that first sector. Currently sixth quick. He's putting in a solid performance, Jamie, on his in his debut season.
10th and a half up too.
And what can he do? Can he really shake it up at the front? A lot of cars on the outlaps, but Bugatti on a quick one. Don and N still really waiting to show what he's capable of. 1.7 off the pace. We expect a lot quicker from him. CG 1.6 off the pace. We know he can go quicker, but let's keep with Bugatti. He's about 4 tenths up here on his current best, and he could be threatening the front row of the grid here. Shimasi retires, so no quicker than 12 for him. A disappointing start to his qualifying this season in ILR1. But what about Bugatti? Potentially a dark horse here as he comes round the final couple of corners. Hanging it out into that final or penultimate corner now, and then into the final corner he comes. It's a tricky final corner. It's one you're desperate to put the throttle down the whole way, but you can't quite do it in these conditions. But Bugatti gets himself through the final corner, heads for the line, and he goes start quickest.
Solid.
Good effort from Bugatti on his debut season, third quickest. Very solid effort. Lickel starting another lap. Michelangelo starting one. Who is out there further round on one at the moment? Lewis is crossing the line to start one, I think.
Oh.
He's currently 7th.
Sorry, Beastas might have impeded another driver. I think that's blown his lap possibly. I don't know what he's doing.
Well, we've got who they got out there on a quick one at the moment. Let's try and find somebody far enough round. Let's watch Gordon N. He's currently 15th and coming to the end of a lap. He's surely going to have to find some serious pace. There's only 1.2 seconds covering the top 15. That is absolutely incredible. Really, really tight field here. Gordon N then round the final corner. Oh, the back end really stepping out. He's crashed into the wall, and that ruins his session. Somehow all 4 wheels remain on the car, but that's a sore one for Gordon N. Bulletproof's on a lap, I think. We've yet to see what he's capable of. He's coming around the final corner, currently down in 18th and last, without a time on the board, and this is not looking quick at all. He's going to stay down there. 17th he improves to. Lickel in the final corner, Jamie. Here he comes. Currently on top with a 134.495. Can the Force India driver go even quicker and tighten his grip on pole? Lickel for the line. No. He stays with a 134.495. We wait on Michael. We wait on Bugatti, who's heading the line now. And
he's done it. He's taken the pole.
His debut season by a tenth and a bit. Bugatti raises the bar here at Albert Park. Who can take it to him?
Michelangelo on the penultimate.
What about Michael? What about Pistas? What about Lewis?
Oh, Lewis
has seen the flag. He stays in.
He goes pole.
Who's quickest?
By 3:10.
Wow, Lewis smashes them all to pieces at the end. What about Michelangelo?
Oh,
second
close,
quickest.
man.
34-1, where's Pistas? He's coming around the final corner now. He's only 6th quickest, the reigning champion here at Albert Park. Surely he's got more to give as he heads across the start finish line. Can Pistas put it on pole? No, he
can't.
He's denied. And has he gone any quicker? Yes, he's gone up to
quicker.
4th. But Pistas unable to match his rivals at the front. It's Lewis who snatches pole right at the death with a 133.992. The only man in the 133s. Michelangelo second, 134.1. He'll be satisfied with that. He's ahead of Pistas. Bugatti started qualifying, Jamie, surely. What an effort in third position in the Mercedes. Pistas fourth. Lickel ended up 5th. He couldn't improve in that final run. Cliffy is 6th. Zalin starts 7th. Matt Tibos on his ILR1 debut is 8th. It's 9th for Zeno Mercedes. And Frisky CJ rounds out the top 10. Well, Jamie, that was a really exciting qualifying, wasn't it? Really tight field.
Yeah, I hope this is how it continues for the rest of the season. I didn't expect that was... I didn't expect... well, I mean, I don't know. Lewis is a quick driver. I expected him to battle for pole, but I didn't expect Bugatti to be that quick. Jeez.
Yeah, Bugatti had really... The start of qualifying, Jamie, was that a fair point to say? Fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, I've raced him before in PSF1, and he was racing with some of the quicker drivers up front, like Beastas and such, back on F1 2016. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't really surprise me. I just haven't seen him, you know, I don't know. I don't know why it surprises me, but that's good. Yeah, yeah, I guess I haven't seen him race in a while, and so it's good to see him up there. It'll give us a good battle for the lead.
Well, we're all set for the Australian Grand Prix, and as you can see, folks, we've been greeted on Sunday afternoon with some dry conditions, and, well, will it remain that way for the entirety of the Grand Prix? It's the opening round of the ILR1 season, and it is, well, after that thrilling qualifying, it's going to be a really tight battle as we get set for the formation lap, and Lewis leads us on away. And of course, Jimmy, as we've seen quite often in recent races, that qualifying means free tyre choice, and that will give us an extra dynamic to this Grand Prix. And interestingly, we've got some really
what is this? What is this?
Choices. That really pleases me. We've got Lewis, the race leader, the pole setter, on super softs. We've got Michelangelo on softs, Bugatti in third on ultra softs. So the top three all on different tyre compounds. That is absolutely brilliant. I'm excited for this now, Jamie.
Yeah.
Really excited for this.
This is needed. This is badly needed, man. I'll tell you that much.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. So Bugatti third on ultras, Beastas fourth on the super soft. We've got Lickel fifth on the ultra softs, Cliffy sixth on softs, Zallen seventh, and Matt eighth on softs. Senna Mercedes ninth on softs. Frisky CJ 10th on the supers. Hayden 11th on softs, then it's Me super softs, Shimasi 13th with softs, Brandon 14th, your ILR3 champion, also on softs. Gone in, poor qualifying yesterday, Jamie, probably the one that's disappointed more than anyone else, isn't it?
Yeah,
on the ultras.
100%.
He's on ultras, and then the bottom four, Johnny, Typos, Billet, and then
I wonder why he's going for ultras. This track is not easy to overtake on. I mean, you're going to burn those tires out following cars in the dirty air. Surely that's not a smart decision, is it?
Well, it's strange, it's surprising, but it's going to be interesting to see who gets it right. I mean, obviously the bulk of the field have gone for the soft compound tyre.
Yeah.
So out of the 19 runners we've got left, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, well, 7 or 8 of them have chosen not to do that, and of those 7 or 8, they've not all gone for one tyre. They're split between supers and ultras. So I would say the soft seems to be the tyre choice that most engineers and drivers seem to want to go for, Jamie, doesn't it seem like
100%.
that way?
Yeah, I guess. Just to get the soft tyre run out of the way and going to instead of the super softs.
Well, here we go then. I've been waiting for this for quite some time. Pre-season testing is over. The brand new ILR1 season is about to get underway. It's season 3. It promises to be the greatest season so far. Will Beastas win the title? Is Michael ready to take it to him? What about Bugatti? And what about your pole setter Lewis? As the lights go on and we get set for the start of ILR1. Season 3 is underway. Lewis leading away from pole. Michelangelo alongside him in second. It looks like a good start from Lewis, but look at Bugatti doing alongside Michelangelo into turn 1. But Lewis leads the way. Bugatti has got the jump on Michelangelo into second.
Yeah, that's
even
huge.
Beastas is passing as well. Beastas alongside back in the third position alongside Michelangelo. And is he through? Yes, he is. Banging wheels there with Michelangelo, but it's a perfect start for Lewis. He leads, Bugatti second. There's
been a massive crash in the back. 3 cars are out. There's debris all over the track.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow, so there is. That's Red Matt. Wow. Red Matt, Johnny, and
Brandon all out.
All out. Huge accident, Jamie.
Whoa.
I can't wait to see that back from the onboard cameras after the race. But we've got Brandon, Johnny, and Red Matt all missing a tyre from their cars, and that is an explosive start to the ILR1 season.
So, wait, Michelangelo backing off. Whoa, what's going on there? Michelangelo completely backed off of, and Nickel Bus has gone through. Does Michael have problems with the McLaren?
It's a problem for Michelangelo.
There's problems.
Front row has now become 5th place, and Lickel is up into 4th. Do you think he'll let him through, Jamie?
Maybe, but they were side by side, so Lickel Bus is going to get that move done either way. I think it just looks like Michelangelo didn't want to make it any harder than it really had to be. But
okay, well, it's worked out for those guys on softer compounds, because the guys on softs, Cliffy and Michael, well, Michael anyway, has certainly gone backwards, and that's allowed Beastas and Lickel to climb up a place. Bugatti as well, so
multiple cars in the pits too. There's 2 cars in the pits. That must have been, whatever crash that was, must have been massive.
Yeah, Matt in the pits for a brand new front wing, Matt Tibos, and of course joined by ZR Mercedes. He also needs a new front wing, so they're going from softs to super softs, it seems, according to the graphics. So they're in for a long, hard race. I don't think they'll go to the end, Jamie, will they?
No. So I'm just looking at this hot battle here between Gunnar and CJ. I'm not too sure who put a move on who, but it's looking very feisty here in the battle for 8th place. Gunnar was going side by side through the car park, but it's good to see both cars are still in one piece. Is CJ going to defend?
What a run!
What a run!
He's coming past him. Gunnar, great run, then the flying fin. Dancing past him, side by side. That allows it's me to get involved. And CJ, we know what he's like. He never likes to go quietly and lie down and let someone pass him. But Gunnar got fantastic traction, Jamie. Coming out of turn 8 and made the move in turn 9. And now CJ, a bit taken aback by that move. Now it's me climbing all over the back of him.
Yeah, he's right.
Wow,
he's right nose to tail with that Red Bull, I tell you what.
Wow, that's a great move, wasn't it, though? Gunnar shooting past CJ as if he wasn't even there.
As if he wasn't even there. Wow, It's Me is really putting some pressure on CJ, though. You know what? He's managed to stick right behind that Red Bull's dirty area. CJ drifting that Red Bull around the final corner there. But wow, that Haas is well hooked up for the corners. That's incredible. That car is proper planted.
I've got an eye on Leckel. Jamie, in 4th. He's attacking Beastas on the run down to turn 3.
Oh, down the inside!
He is! There's going to be contact! They rub wheels! But Leckel dances past the world champion! Or does he? They bang wheels! Leckel forced off the road! He bounces across the sausage cup, loses all control of his steering, and now he's prey to Michelangelo!
Oh, he must be fuming in that Force India.
4th place. And Leckel will be absolutely furious with the world champion, who was not interested in lying down at all, was he?
No, it wasn't interesting. He put him right on the sausage curb, and the way these Formula 1 cars sit, they sit so low to the ground that it must have been pushing that titanium skid plate on that bump. I think Logo Boss should count himself lucky that the car is still in the race, and the wheel, he's not sat in catering. That's a huge moment there coming out of the high-speed chicane, but he manages to catch it. Wow. And this race is all sorts of kicking off.
Yeah, absolutely incredible start to the race, and Leckel, he was almost put one over on the world champion here. He was letting him know that he is in this fight this season, but Beastas said no and didn't give him any space. Jamie, what are your views on that? Do you think Beastas was entitled to run him out of there?
I don't know, because from when I went on board with Beastas actually wasn't. He was too far behind, basically, to get the elbows out. So I mean, that might be something we might be seeing in the steward's office. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to put my, I don't want to get the fans in the chats wound up. But in my opinion, I think Beastas could have been a bit more fair. He thought about it. But man, Michael, he is well under pressure. I'll tell you what, those softs aren't switching on.
Beastas, look at Beastas, he's going side by side with Bugatti for 2nd place, and he dances through!
Bugatti well off the track.
Bugatti's off the road, he must have made an error, and now it's a Toro Rosso 1-2, and boy oh boy, Jamie, I think we could see that a few times this season, couldn't we?
Yeah, we'll see that a couple times, but that's going to be interesting. They're both on the same strategy. I wonder if the gap will close, because we know very well between these two drivers there's going to be no team orders. I mean, these two are probably what? 2 of 3 title contenders this season.
Oh, Michael off the road, and now Leckel goes past Michael. Back ahead he goes. This is ding-dong stuff. Sorry to come across you, Jamie. But no. Leckel and Michelangelo are having a ding-dong battle. Leckel back ahead as Michael runs wide on the exit of the turn 12, the high-speed turn 12 corner. Leckel says thank you very much and sends his Force India back up into 4th place, and now onto the back of Bugatti, who's seemingly, Jamie,
what's going on?
To match the Toro Rosso, does he?
Yeah, he's just fallen off completely. There's no way he's burned the Ultra Softs already. I mean, they're fresh sets of Ultra Softs. It shouldn't be any problems with them. But it's just not working on his Mercedes.
Yeah, not working.
And he's well under pressure now. Jeez.
Yeah, Bugatti under pressure now from Leckel, who's really putting in a fine performance so far. He's been in the wars, it has to be said, in the opening few laps, but he is on it, Jamie, isn't he? He seems to have the pace to take it to the guys in front if he can get ahead of Bugatti, who just seems to be dropping off ever so slightly. I've also seen that CJ's got himself back ahead of Gunnar. I didn't see it on the screen, but CJ back ahead of Gunnar. Was that Michelangelo having a look up the inside there of Leckel? It might have been.
Yeah, momentarily. Whoa, they're side by side. Who is that? It's Cliffy and Michelangelo. Yeah, wait, what's going on there? Bugatti got done by Leckel.
Yeah, Leckel got done by Bugatti. It was like Noah's Ark, 2 by 2 into turn 9. Michelangelo holds off Cliffy after a bit of I think it was a lag issue there maybe. where he hit the back of the car in front and then ended up into the clutches of Cliffy? Jamie, I think that's what I read.
I think so, because I was too busy trying to watch what was going on between Michelangelo and Cliffy, but maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, strange. I'll tell you what, gone in end as well, Jamie, is dropping down behind Shimasi, and it's me now. I think he's got front wing damage, he does. The right
yeah, he does, the right end plate is done.
On that Ferrari, so he's dropping down to the field. He's going to have to come into the pits, and it's not the ideal start to gone in end season. One of the drivers will be thinking win races this year, and he's dropping down out of the points, and he will have to come into the pits, you would feel, right now for a brand new front wing, and indeed he does. So, an explosive start to this Grand Prix. We can barely keep up with it. But it is Lewis leading from his teammate Beastas, both drivers on the super soft compound. Then a little gap back of 3 seconds to the big battle for the final podium slot between Lickel, Bugatti, Michelangelo, and now Cliffy and Zallen are getting involved.
Yeah, they've all got on that. What a race this is. I mean, the softs seem to be working very well in these conditions, though. That's something I didn't expect.
Yeah,
that's something I didn't expect.
Really well, those tyres, and I have to say, Lewis and Beastas look like they just have too much of an edge here. I think Michelangelo on those soft tyres, though, Jamie, is he too far back? The fact he's got 2 cars between himself and Beastas and Lewis.
I don't know what's going on with his he just can't switch the softs on or what, but he's under pressure from other soft runners though, so I'm just not sure if he's, I don't know, able to get the car to work properly. I don't know. He's pulling a slight gap over Cliffy, and I don't know. I'm gonna reserve my judgment for now. I think he's starting to get his bearings straight, because now he's all over the back of Bugatti. Bugatti's really struggling for race pace here.
I think those ultra softs will start to be struggling as well in the coming laps, but Bugatti, even before the ultra softs would start to struggle, seemed like he didn't quite have the race pace to match the guys at the sharp end. And Lewis 1.9 ahead of Beastas. Then it's Lickel in third, about 3.5 seconds off the tail of Beastas as we watch Michelangelo close on Bugatti. Not close enough to make a move into 1. He can set it up though. Through 1 and 2 he goes. DRS now open on that McLaren. He can hold man on the back of that Mercedes car. Is he going to down at the inside? No, he's not. And Bugatti continues to frustrate with Cliffy and Zallen right there as well.
Oh my god, he's well over the back of Bugatti. Oh, he had to back off of that corner because Bugatti kind of took an awkward line. But it's only a moment of time here. It's only a moment of time.
Yeah, it's coming very, very soon as they go through turn 8 right now. And Michelangelo tucked up behind Bugatti, not quite getting the same run we saw going in, getting on CJ. Turn 8. I was quite amazed at the run he got through there.
Got a good run here though.
Michelangelo is really close, side by side, past the Albert Park Lake on the right hand side, and here we go. Is he going to go right round the outside of Bugatti? He tries. That's going to allow Cliffy in. Here comes Cliffy. That was a bit silly for Michelangelo even trying that, and now Cliffy is all over him like a rash. But there's no way through, and Cliffy rues a missed opportunity. He could have been closer there, Cliffy, to pounds, couldn't he, Jamie?
Yeah, I think he kind of had to lift just a slight bit in case Michelangelo did lose the car completely. So I think he just tried to play it as safe as possible. But it's just gonna be it's hard to overtake here. You know, he's got Cliffy. Actually, you know what, Michelangelo's. Whoa!
To the inside of Bugatti. They bang wheels on the way into turn 1. Michelangelo hand out of the cockpit. Bugatti climbs on with some steely driving there. Wowee! Incredible late defending. Bugatti now with another late defend to the inside. Cliffy right round the outside of the pair of them. What a move that is from Cliffy. He sweeps clean past Bugatti and Michelangelo. Well, they were squabbling, and already in the opening round, the season's only 8 laps old, and we might have a contender for move of the season, Jamie.
He set himself up for that because Bugatti had to defend very heavily from Michelangelo, who's defending again as they made their way into turn 10. Bugatti gets it perfect on the brakes and manages to hold him back. But yeah, I saw that coming when Bugatti defended to the inside. I was like, Cliffy's going to have the run right around the outside. Michelangelo must be fuming as they're going to try to get into turn 11 and 12 complex. He backs off, thinks twice, and Bugatti just putting in a defensive masterclass. But he might have a run here.
Yeah, he's wide, and now Michelangelo tucks into the slipstreams. The Bugatti defends, and now he's going to have to sweep round the outside. His teammate Zallen waiting in the wings. He tries it right round the outside of Bugatti, who really is the cork in the champagne bottle at the moment. Bugatti somehow climbs onto that 5th place, and the great driver, Michelangelo's frustration will be boiling over. And
Bugatti's in.
Finally comes into the pits to relieve Michelangelo and send him on his way. But Jamie, he's now a full what, about 10 seconds, 11
behind
seconds
the,
behind
yeah, and he's
Lewis
behind
and
Lewis. He's behind Cliffy too, which is just race damaging.
Yeah, his race pretty much damaged, probably beyond repair in terms of challenging for the victory. But wow, fantastic opening start opening to the season, isn't it? 9 laps on, we've really enjoyed it. But what about Pistas out front? Is he gaining at all?
Yeah, he's very slowly. He's gone from 2.6 to 1.5 over the last couple laps. So this would be a very fun one to watch.
Trimming it bit by bit, and the Toro Rosso boys are currently on for the perfect start to their season. Pistas had to come through a little bit through the wars, and he's negotiated a few cars really well, and now up into that second position and trying to catch his teammate Lewis. And these two could be in a title fight all season long. And Michelangelo as well could be a threat, and the likes of Lickle and Cliffy as well. We have lost 4 cars from this Grand Prix, 3 of them on that opening lap down at between turns 2 and 3. And Hungry Tadpoles has also dropped out.
I think he damaged the car too. I think they were all straight mechanical DNFs or terminal damage.
Wow, incredible. It was a blistering start of the race, the 3 of them, and then plus Hungry Tadpoles presumably just after it. Out as well. So we've got 15 runners remaining. Lap 10 out of 29. We're at 1/3 race distance. Lewis in the lead by 1.4 seconds. The Pistas in second. Lickle is third. Then it's Cliffy in fourth. Michelangelo running in fifth. He's been in the battle all race long. It's Zalin behind him in sixth. CJ seventh. That's me eighth, and Bullock now up to ninth with Shimasi in the pits. And he's going on to a set of ultra softs, says Shimasi, Jamie. And a front wing change.
Why instead of ultra softs?
Maybe a 2-stop. Has to be.
Yeah.
Did he start on softs?
I swore the mechanics just took off a set of soft tires.
Well, he must have damaged the front wing, and that's why he's come in. Otherwise he wouldn't have come in. Let's have a look. Yeah, he was on soft, so he must have damaged the wing, and that's why he's been forced in on those ultras. And that would probably be the same as his teammate then. Bit of a disaster for the 2 Ferraris, Shimasi and Gonnan having a bit of a nightmare start to their season. So where's the best battle on track at the moment? It's got to be Michelangelo closing in again on Cliffy in the battle between the soft runners. So Cliffy, Michelangelo and Zalin all on those soft tyres, hoping that the race will come to them in the second stint. But is the damage done already, Jamie?
Yeah.
You think so? And I tend to agree.
I think his best opportunity, his highest scoring position realistically is fourth.
Not even
maybe.
third?
Well, actually, you know what? They're catching even Lickle, actually. Lickle's tires have hit him. Whoa, yeah, they're shredded now.
Now the question is, can Lickle take those ultra softs long enough
to get on a set of super softs? I think he can.
Neutralise that little duel between Cliffy and Michael and give himself a little bit of a fighting.
Fighting chance. He's gonna have to when these two bolt on either the supers or the ultras as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll keep an eye on that battle and what Lickle blocks can do with those tyres. I'm actually going to have a quick look, Jamie, since you're streaming. I'll have a quick look at Lickle's recent lap times and see how he's faring. What have we got here? 1:26.0 on lap 7, 26.3, 26.3, and on the last lap, a 27.3, which in which he got a penalty. So, not looking too good on that last lap from Lickle. Can he respond on this lap with Cliffy homing in and Michelangelo homing in on the back of Cliffy really quickly as well?
Oh my god. Jeez, just watching that oversteer, it just gets your anxiety, your heart pumping.
Yeah, it sure does. It's really sliding a lot. And Michael, he must be so frustrated, Jamie. He started in the front row on those tyres that he chose. It was looking really good for him, and just a poor start has let him down, and now he's been following cars all race long. It's a bit like the actual Grand Prix this morning where Verstappen dropped behind Magnussen and started battling with cars all afternoon. And that's just how it's went for Michael, isn't it? As Lewis and Lickle
yep. See how this pays off for them. As we
suspected, Jamie, as we suspected, Lickle has chose the supers.
The supers? What is Lewis going for? He's going for the softs.
So Lewis will run to the end on those, I would think. So he's gone from a set of supers to softs. Lickle's gone from a set of softs to supers. Is Lickle 2-stopping? Surely he can't take those to the end.
You can take the super soft 18 laps. I mean, they won't be in good condition. They'll be like in the 70s, like maybe 70 spot on.
So I just don't understand why Lewis decided to only take them 12 and go into a set of softs.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the optimum strategy.
He's gonna have to. I mean, at least with the softs that they have a very, very long life.
Well, it's going to be instant. We've got a yellow in sector 1. Who's that? Oh, it's Hayden. Hayden's gone for a spin and damaged his front wing, and he's retired from the race. So Hayden is the latest retirement from the Grand Prix. He's drops out,
no.
and we're down to just 14 runners as a result.
Why is Bugatti in 10?
Before the race started, Pistas is in, Jamie, and this is crucial.
Oh,
so what will happen here? Pistas in, Lewis still out on the track, and is Lewis in traffic? Well, he's got about a second in front of him to it's me. Has Pistas maybe missed an opportunity by not going longer, and maybe it could have been an opportunity for him to jump Lewis in the pits. He might still be able to do it. Where is Lewis? He's coming down the start finish straight now. Where is his teammate?
Oh,
and exit. Lewis is going to do it. He's going to stay ahead. And Lewis maintains the lead, but it looks a little bit closer, Jamie, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's 100% closer. That's 1.1 now instead of 1.5.
It might just trickle back up to 1.5 as he waits for his cars to get back up to temperature, and indeed it does. 1.5, there you go. So Pistas back out behind Lewis. If he wants to beat his teammate this afternoon, he will have to do it on the racetrack. Bullet now up into 6th place. He's yet to stop taking those softs really long. Little ahead of Bugatti. I mean, Bugatti pitted a lot earlier than Little. And Bugatti started on ultra softs and went to supers quite early.
Yeah, so he's doing a
two-stop there. Potential for a two-stop strategy there as Cliffy still holds off Michelangelo. And is Michael going to get into position for a move soon? Because he could really do with getting ahead and using the clean air to open out an advantage on Cliffy, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he needs it.
Later on.
He needs it, but man, what's up?
What could really help Michael is if he can get ahead of Cliffy, and then Zalin holds up Lewis and Vistas. But I think his chances are gone, to be honest. But it could help as Leckel passes.
That's a tall order though. That's a tall order, I feel like.
Michelangelo. Oh, he's close to Cliffy this time. Is he close enough to move into turn 1?
Always.
Nope. But he'll set it up now. He's got a great exit, has he? Yes, he has. Coming out of turn 2, and now the long run down towards turn 3. The battle between the soft compound runners. It's Cliffy against Michael. Michael tries the outside. Cliffy holds the inside line and will surely hold the position.
Yeah,
indeed he does.
Got the elbows
and all
out.
this plays into the hands of Lewis and Vistas and Little. Looking good for those three. I have to say, Lewis, Vistas, Little looking like the podium at the moment. These two are not helping each other by fighting, are they, Jamie?
Oh no.
And that might help Zalin get back to them as well.
Vistas did back off of. What's up?
Oh, lag spike. And Michelangelo's off the road. And that was just a stupid Codemaster's lag spike.
Oh.
And he goes off the road now and drops into the clutches of Zalin. Thankfully for Michael,
that was no damage.
Front wing damage.
You should be thankful.
Zalin
pushing his luck on those curbs as well. Jeez.
Yeah, pushing his luck a lot there and gets back on track in 3rd place. So a sore one there, you have to say, for Michael. He'll be glad he hasn't damaged the wing, but or has he? No, he's not. He's fine. So that gives Cliffy a bit of breathing space, and now a real chance to fend off those McLarens to the finish as we now tick beyond the halfway point. Lap 15 out of 29 as Cliffy starts it now. He now has a 3-second cushion over the two McLarens behind. Then Lewis and Vistas, who have stopped, following them just next in the road. So maybe Vistas feels if he drops off, conserves some fuel for now, and then maybe tries to pounce when Lewis is on the back of Zalin and Michael and that. Is that maybe a good idea?
Possibly.
I'm looking at the fuel load now, and Lewis has got 1.7 in his pocket.
Yeah.
Vistas is pretty marginal.
Wow, why is that gap continuously opening between him and Vistas?
Yeah, it's a strange one. As Vistas decided to call it a day and just hold on to second, maybe?
Let's see how much fuel he has.
Perhaps?
Oh, Lewis has a ton more fuel.
Yeah, he's got more fuel, yeah. Level. I'm going to have a little look down the field, Jamie, between the two Ferraris as well. We've got Gordon in 10th, Shimasi 11th. Both drivers suffering from front wing damage earlier on, having to switch to a two-stop strategy. And they're scrapping over the final point at the moment in 10th and 11th. Gordon in with the upper hand, CGN behind them in 12th. As Vistas picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Oh. But he's cut that gap down significantly again, though.
Yeah, he has. Is Lewis, is Bistas lifting the game again? Taking it back to Lewis, potentially. I'm going to have a quick look, Jimmy. Obviously, you're on the stream again, so I'll do the penalty counts. Let's have a little look. Cliffy's got 1. Michael, none. Zalin has 1. Lewis, none. Bistas, 1. Leckel, 1. So there you go. That's just a few of the cars at the front end. Bugatti also has 1. So,
sorry, Shimasi and Bulletproof getting a bit personal here. If they make contact on the final corner. Oh, I didn't realize they'd passed Gunnar.
Oh, now he's going side by side with Bulletproof. It's Haas versus Ferrari. Haas helped them out in the real Grand Prix. They're not helping them out here. And off the road goes Shimasi. Now got an end onto the tail of Bullet. Can he now do what his teammate couldn't do and pass the Haas? He tries the outside, and I think he's going to have the traction and the grip to find a way past Bullet and up into 9th place. Bullet, one of the few drivers out there yet to stop. And up into 9th place goes Gordon. And Bullet struggling this afternoon, obviously not doing a lot of practice, and look at him sliding again, and here goes Shimasi now. Up alongside him. Oh, I thought it was a done deal. It's not a done deal yet, but I think he's going to have it done now, and he outbreaks him. And Shimasi up into the top 10, so both Ferraris now on the fringes of the top 10 and 9th and 10th. And next on Bullet's radar is Frisky CJ, who's closing in on those ultra soft tyres, a lot fresher than the softs on Bulletproof, and CJ's actually got a little bit of damage there, Jimmy, on that left end plate.
Yeah, that left end plate just a tad bit, and that's an absolute pain to drive around in Australia. Giving your thumbs, it feels like your thumbs are about to break trying to steer that boat around Melbourne. Wing damage is the worst, especially when it's just the lightest touch. I can't imagine how driving that car feels like.
Yeah, not easy at all, and especially when you get dirty air from the car in front as CJ runs right out onto the car.
Just compounds it.
Using all the circuit he can, and Bullet feels the need to go defensive down the start-finish straight. CJ's idea, his plan is going to be all about turn 3 though. Can he get a run out of there? It's going to be difficult. Look at the understeer he's got, but he does still have the DRS, and he does have a slight chance of having a run at Bulletproof. Is he going to lunge up the inside? It's very late on the brakes. He clips him, he nudges him. Oh, that might go to the stewards. Through he goes, and Bullet cuts the corner. Why did Bullet feel the need to cut the corner? He's feeling the need to cut the corner to get back in front of CJ.
Why did he feel like he needed to cut the corner? That's a bit silly.
Yeah, that was silly. I don't know why he felt the need to do that to get back in front of him, but he's done it. Anyway, and he's got a 3-second penalty as a result. It's me now behind him in 12th, his teammate. Has he going to let his teammate through? He has going to let his teammate through. And then slot in front of CJ. So yeah, that's probably why. He wasn't happy with the way CJ overtook him. So he helped his teammate out. Jamie.
Interesting. That's a bit naughty though from Bullet, but...
Naughty, yeah, but it was naughty from CJ in the first place as well,
yeah, in the first place too. It was naughty from the both of them.
That one might go to the stewards, because Michelangelo gets back onto the tail of Cliffy out front, Jamie. After second.
These guys haven't even pitted yet, I forgot about that.
Yeah, these guys yet to stop. Zalin as well, and of course Bulletproof further down the field, who's having a bit of a nightmare afternoon. So those 4 yet to make a stop. 3 at the front and Bullet in 12th. Matt Tibbles has been in the pitch twice, the rest of the field in once, but we expect both Ferraris at the very least, and maybe Bugatti, to be in for a second time this afternoon. Lap 18 out of 29, we've got 11 laps to go, and the battle at the front continues, and now Lewis is on the tail of Zalin, and Zalin...
Oh, Zalin, a huge mistake.
Lets him through.
Wait, let him through? Oh.
Yeah, he moved aside for him.
Well then, that's a bit lame.
Will Zalin let Bistas through? Maybe Zalin feels it's not worth fighting Lewis.
It's not worth, yeah.
His race. Maybe
not worth overdriving his tires too, destroying him a lot sooner.
Maybe he feels it can help him close on Cliffy and Michael, who are really close now. Only 2/10 as Bugatti picks up a second penalty of the afternoon. So here we go. Pardon me. Around the final corner, Michelangelo. Whoa, big slide on that curve. But still has a run on Cliffy as they approach turn 1. The McLaren Honda up the inside. Look at this. Cliffy must be in lean fuel or something. They go side by side. Cliffy off the road, onto the grass. And Michael finds a way through, but he lets him back through, does he? No.
Yeah.
Yes. And through goes Cliffy, back up into the position. And now Lewis and Zalin are on the scene. Oh, look at rain. Is that rain coming down?
Wait, that's rain. That's rain.
Rain coming down.
Oh, no.
And now...
Oh
Cliffy
no!
And Michael are in an ideal position.
Wait a minute.
To take this race to Lewis and Bistas, Jamie.
Oh, Lewis's head must be completely in the engine mount of that cockpit. He must be fuming back there. Beastas must be fuming behind Zalin too, because Zalin hasn't let him past. Oh,
and
so
Zalin
then
is not letting through. This is unbelievable. The race has just totally changed on its head. It's raining against the fall here at Albert Park. Unbelievable. We expected Cliffy and Michael and Zalin all to need a pit stop, but now they do not. They're racing for intermediate tyres. So can they stay ahead of Lewis and Beastas before the rain comes down? That makes Zalin's decision all the more crazy to let Lewis through.
You know what? Beastas engineer and Zalin's must be absolutely banging the table, because they're gonna have to double stack if the conditions get dangerous enough. As here comes Lewis down the inside.
On Michelangelo, has he done it? You bet he has. That was absolutely stunning. Side by side for the final corner. How often do you see that? And Lewis takes the place. Michelangelo is not going to go quietly. He knows he's
that straight line speed.
Sweeps to the outside. Can he do it? Not into turn one. He can't.
Beastas cleared Zalin too.
Beastas ahead of Zalin, but Michael staying with Lewis. Incredible straight line speed. Cliffy holding firm. Michael drops to third, but Cliffy, thankfully for him, will keep Lewis pegged back for now.
Oh man. You know what, people, the likes of Beastas and Zalin are in trouble though, because they have to double stack. Cliffy's under pressure now from Lewis. Okay, he doesn't get the run now, but he should get the run out of here into turn 9, I believe it is, into turns 9 and 10. He's gonna have to defend for his life. Oh, but
not this time, but certainly on the exit, because it's a big traction corner. This through 9 and now 10, and here comes Lewis, as we suspected, getting a run out of the corner. The car's starting to slide as the rain continues to fall. A lot of umbrellas and ponchos going on in the grandstands as we reach the final 9 laps of this Australian Grand Prix. 3 drivers at the front have chosen not to pit. They've gone long on softs, hoping to switch to intermediate tyres and give themselves a fighting chance. Incredibly, it looks like it might have worked. Cliffy, all of a sudden, is offered a shot victory. But Lewis is all over him. Cliffy needs to defend the inside. He has to.
He's gonna put. Yep. The thing is, this should suit Cliffy though, because maybe not. I don't think so. Actually, no, maybe not.
Him in the final corner.
Immediately goes defensive.
Side by side, he goes defensive. He decides, I'm gonna have to try and cover the inside like crazy.
Beastas got Michelangelo as well.
Oh, into turn 1. Beastas. Oh, sorry, Lewis isn't going to get through, is he? Cliffy is not interested in giving him the space, but then he goes through, and Beastas up into second. Cliffy drops to third. Beastas up to second.
Why did Lewis defend? Go to the outside.
To his teammate.
Wait, what?
Lewis and Beastas side by side, the two Toro Rosso teammates, 2 championship rivals. Has Beastas the world champion made his move? Side by side.
He puts the team up the track.
He forced his teammate off. Cliffy and Michael duel for second and third. No teammates there. There's no such thing as teammates in Formula 1. And Beastas comes storming through and takes the lead. Now look at Michelangelo.
Side by side.
Side by side.
Oh, he broke far too early. I'm sorry. Why on earth did Lewis get off the defensive line? I'm trying to figure out why he went back to the racing line. Did he not see the closing danger of Beastas right behind him? He just moved back to the racing line like it was a Sunday drive. I don't understand what he was doing.
Unbelievable. Now Cliffy's made another error, and now Michelangelo is swarming all over the back of him again. He tries the outside line. Can he sweep round the outside of Cliffy? Cliffy gives him the squeeze, and Cliffy stays in front, but Beastas just walked through the door there to picked up the pieces.
Cliffy and Lewis shot themselves in the foot, and now Lewis's race is done. Is he trying to look down the inside of Michelangelo? But that's bad. That's bad, because don't tell me Beastas and they didn't stop.
Nope.
Neither. Wait.
No, they didn't.
Are they all right?
Well, are they all right? Well, it's strange. I think, Jamie, that this isn't actually time yet for a set of inters. I don't think.
Maybe they.
I don't think it is time for them, Jamie. I think the guys are just changing the tyre because.
Oh, you know what? Get Ted Kravitz on.
Or they'll run into a puncture. I think they're just changing tyres because they would have got a puncture if they didn't, Jamie. It probably isn't. Time yet. Oh, that. You're probably right, mate. They're probably just avoiding puncture territory because Zalin's already been in as well. He had to come in early, of course, Jamie, because of Michael.
Right.
And he's been overtaken.
Well, he's been overtaken though.
That's me and Shimasi just.
The inters aren't working. They're not working.
They're not working at all, and that is going to mean that Bugatti and Lickel are back in position to take the podium slot. It's unbelievable. Beastas now ahead of Lewis though, the world champion. It didn't look likely for long periods. Now looks like he's on course for victory, but they will need to change tyres.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just still baffled by Lewis's decision not to defend to the inside. It's like it was right inside of his gearbox, and he said, "You know what? Just have the inside, son." What was that all about? My head's low key gone at that. To be fair, I'm not sure what was going through his head.
Well, I think he felt. I think he probably felt, okay, Pistache, you're going to have a little bit of space on the inside for turn 3, but I'm going to have the line for turn 4. But Pistache, I don't know how, he just got a great run out of 3, Jamie, and was able to sweep down the outside through the car park and make the inside for 5.
That's just... Yeah, the thing is, Beast's got his elbows out, and I don't think Lewis expected that to happen. But now, yeah, his head must be gone in there. He's driving in the dry patches to try and generate some heat in those tires. But yeah, you're right. It's not into time.
No,
because you can hear.
Really struggling.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to watch Zalin, Jamie, in 10th position with his knee. There's about half a second between them.
Yeah, no, there's no. Yeah, That doesn't sound.
Tremasi's made the call.
Tremasi's made the call.
Yeah, for Inters. Obviously, the ultra softs are that badly worn. He's probably forced into it. I think a lot of the drivers have been forced into it, Jamie. It's me running wide. Yeah,
because they're overdrive.
Maybe it is time. Because
maybe. Oi!
Nearly goes for a spin.
There is yellow flag somewhere.
Bullet spinning. Bullet on Inter spinning.
Yeah, it's not into time.
No, it's not. And the gap's opening up between Bugatti and Cliffy as well, so it remains time for a set of soft compounds, and Beastas out in the lead now, ahead of his teammate Lewis, on course to continue from where he left off last season, winning the Race of Champions, winning the final round, and now on course, it would seem,
well then,
to start this new season in style. Lap 24 now out of 29, and what has been a thrilling ILR1 race.
Beastas does have that time penalty and Lewis doesn't, but at this point I don't think it matters. I mean, Beastas is pulling a huge gap over Lewis now.
Hold on, Jimmy, my mic's playing up.
You're good.
No, I can't hear you, that's the problem.
Oh. Announcing your mic, brother.
Beastas.
What's going on?
Right, okay, I'm back. I've got you now.
Oh my god, yeah, oh my god!
2 big slides.
Two huge slides.
Maybe the softs are starting to struggle, Jamie, maybe.
Well, I don't know.
Need to be careful.
I'm too busy watching like people like Michelangelo driving the Inters to see how they can. DRS is disabled, so those.
And at the time, and Michael's all over the back of Cliffy on those Inters. They've been stuck to each other all race long. Is he having a look up the inside? No, he's not.
Are the Toro Rosso?
Showing on my screen that Michael's actually on the actual car on super softs. Ignore that. Use the timing ladder on the left if that's the same for Jamie.
Yeah, he's on the Inters on my screen.
Inters is fine then. That's good. Zalin is in the pits.
Zalin's gone for his ultras.
Ultra softs. What the hell's happened there?
That's gone.
Oh.
But DRS is disabled though.
Yeah, he's come in for Inters, then thought he was on the wrong tyre, came back out on ultras when it's changed to the other tyre. Oh my goodness.
Oh, two Ferraris, Tremasi and Gunnanen.
Oh,
this one's getting saucy here. This one's getting saucy here.
Two Ferraris, we've already seen 2 Italian cars do that through there, and that was the 2 Toro Rossos. They're trying it again, this time with Ferraris, but Gunnanen holds off Tremasi. Yeah, Zalin's
Beastas problem. Oh, okay, he's pulled in. Okay, phew. But
phew.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going up there? Yeah, Bullets called it a day on the ultras. I think him and Zalin were 2 of the drivers who bailed from the Inters to go back onto dries. Zalin's destroyed his race. Yeah,
right at the wrong time. He's totally annihilated his race. He's blown it to bits. And now...
And Lewis too, they didn't
score any points.
The Toro Rosso should have double stacked, I think. I think it would have lost far less time than continuing another lap. I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure. I'm running over with Lewis now. He is still pushing, Jamie.
He's still pushing, but I mean, yeah, he's... I don't know, I think they should have double stacked. I think that would have been less than... Because that would have cost him 4 seconds, but I don't know. It depends on how slow this lap is. We'll see where he comes out, because he's still racing, what's his name? He was racing Lickle Blocks. Voltex Lickle.
Unless he thinks he can take it to the end, Jamie.
That's a bit...
I think is a very...
very silly, too.
I'm going to throw it out there, though. I would throw it out there. You never know, but I doubt it. I doubt it.
It's not worth throwing, yeah.
Yeah.
You can even hear it in the engine, too.
He's coasting home, so Lewis will have to come into the pits, and that will give Beastas a win now, obviously with the penalty as well, the 3-second time penalty, that will ease his worries. I'm going to have another quick look, Jamie, see if we've missed any more penalties during the race, particularly at the front. Lewis has a penalty as well now, so Lewis and Beastas have a penalty each, so Beastas has it under control.
Yeah, Beastas took Colton by 2 seconds this lap too. So now Lewis is probably gonna be in trouble from Lickle, yeah.
Keep an eye on
Zalin's not facing the right way, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he's off. He's out, and his race is finished, and that's a shame for the Hungarian.
Yeah.
A good afternoon ruined by some failed pit stops. Some really poor decisions in the stop. So let's keep an eye on Lewis. Where is he in relation to Lickle? And by the way, Lickle, Clippy, and Michael are all together.
Oh, they're all together.
But I think Lewis has won that war and just about kept himself ahead. That was lucky. That was lucky. Look at them all. 3 of them right behind him.
Lickle's good in these conditions, though. That's one thing I really have to say. Lickle's good when it's raining.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see if anyone can find a way through now. It makes it a little bit, for some reason on this game, it's difficult to overtake in damp conditions, Jamie, isn't it?
Yeah, very difficult.
And is Michael going to be able to find a way past Cliffy in 4th? What about Lickle and Lewis in that final, for that runners-up spot, 2nd and 3rd? It's going to be a good wee battle, this. It's not going anywhere, folks. The battle for 2nd position, going all the way to the wire. Lewis, Lickle, Cliffy and Michael, and Beastas all of a sudden effortlessly has opened up a 10-second advantage in his race. It almost seems as if he's won this at a canter, but that is not true, isn't it? Not absolutely no way.
No.
They're just tuning in. Beastas might be 10 seconds ahead, but he hasn't controlled this race.
He hasn't.
No.
It's been a very interesting sequence that saw Beastas take the lead of the race.
Yeah, it really has. And now, Jim, I'm going to ask you, who's your driver of the day? I mean, we've got 3 laps to go at the end of this one. Anyone in the comments, who do you think should be the driver of the day? Anyone watching on the live stream, let us know. I mean, it's a tough call, Jamie, but where do you put your money with the driver of the day? Who do you say?
Either between whoa, what's going on here? Is that Cliffy and Bugatti? Cliffy and Michael. Oh, they're still side by side. Oh, wait,
is he going to get through the final corner? Banging wheels, rubbing paint, trading paint, and Cliffy again clings onto that 4th place, but for how much longer? He defends to the inside. Michael forced the long way around into turn 1. That's never going to work.
That's never going to work.
He now defends.
But he's got a good line though. He's got a better line.
Yeah, he's got a better line. Cliffy gets a horrendous run, awful run, 3-second time penalty, and Michael is now ahead, it would seem, on the brakes. He runs deep into the corner.
Ah, he's running way too deep. And yeah, I tell you what, these conditions really are suiting Lickle. He's putting Lewis under mad pressure. If I have to say driver of the day though, it's probably between Beastas and Gunnanen. Gunnanen had a solid drive, 8 positions gained too, but I'd probably put my money on Beastas.
Yeah, Gunnanen is up 8 places, but of course a lot of guys have retired, so perhaps it's not a fair representation. He has done well, Gunnanen, but I think, I agree, I would probably go Beastas. Had Lickle or Cliffy been able to, or Michael as to say as well, been able to make that strategy work with the rain, then perhaps they could have ended up on top of the podium, but it's not worked out for them.
It's not worked out for them.
And now, Lewis, Beastas, I have to agree, is the driver of the day. Lewis, when it came, push to shove, he just didn't get defensive enough, did he, Jamie? He was too passive, and Beastas went through. I
was just baffled at how passive he was when defending. It just caught me by surprise.
Well, there you go. A few people in the comments have said Jamie for driver of the day because he hasn't died yet. That's Tom that says that. Hungry Tadpoles for driver of the day, says Lisanne. I think that's a dig. LRC Gaming says Gunnanen for driver of the day with the 8 places gained. Paul says, you know what, Callum has had a very solid start to his season, which I think is a very fair point. 9th position on his ILR1 debut, given his ILR2 champion last season. That's a very solid start, very good point, especially when you compare it to Matt Tibos, who was his big rival at points last season, who was 12th and last. So a good point well made there from Paul McGuinness. Corey says Max Verstappen. In fact, yeah, probably right there. And Jack Gooding has said Bugatti on his ILR1 debut. I'd certainly give him the start of qualifying, but not in the race. Down 3 places, I don't think so.
Yeah, his race pace really fell apart in after lap 2. I'm not sure what happened. Suddenly he was going backwards to the field. As we have Shimasi versus Gunnanen here, Gunnar then leaves the door wide. Is Shimasi going to throw it down the inside? No, he thinks twice. Locks up very heavily and he runs. Gunnar runs wide. I think Shimasi's going to sweep right around the outside. Yep, easy as that.
And the battle of the Ferraris looks like it's going to be won by Shimasi, and Dononen drops back behind him, and that will be frustrating for him. He's actually got front wing damage gone then, so that helps to explain that. In 8th position, and now Shimasi's ahead, and will he be Pratius? It's me, I don't think so. I think he's
Wait, what happened to Cliffy?
Enough time in his pocket for that.
Cliffy fell off. He dropped to 5th. He dropped to 5th, and he's 2 seconds off now.
Yeah, didn't see it. So Cliffy back to 5th, Michelangelo 4th. But out in front, starting the final lap, Jamie, of this opening round of the ILR1 season, a thrilling contest. Rain affected in the remaining, the final 9 or so laps, and it's proved to change the order. Vistas looks like he's going to turn the tables on Lewis from earlier in the Grand Prix and take victory and start his title defence in style. He's halfway round that final lap. He leads from Lewis by around 10.6 seconds. Then it's Little in third, who's trying his best to spoil the Toro Rosso 1-2, but seemingly too little, too late. I have to say Little as well, a really good performance from him, showing that he might be a contender all season long, Jamie.
Oh yeah.
4th and Cliffy 5th.
Solid drive. I'm proud of the Little blocks too. That is solid drive. But I guess we'll see where people actually do finish because of penalties and stuff like that.
But there's one thing for sure, Vistas is going to win this race, even with penalties. He and Lewis both have 3-second penalties each, and here he comes in, Vistas, into the final sector of the lap. He's only got a few corners left to go. Lights up the rear tyres, he's full of confidence, the world champion. Race of Champions winner, world champion in ILR1, and now he's going to start his title defence in style here at Albert Park. Round 1 of the championship is all about Toro Rosso, it's all about Vistas. He comes across the line and wins in ILR1. He wins the opener in Season 3, beating Lewis by 10 seconds. It wasn't as decisive as the gap suggests. It all came down to the rain at the end. Lewis is second, Leckel is third, and stays third as a result of penalties. Michelangelo 4th, and Cliffy is 5th. And no changes, Jamie, as a result of penalties. Here comes Bugatti, Jack Gooding's driver of the day, on his ILR1 season debut, full season debut, comes across the line and finishes in 6th. So Jamie, you've gone for Vistas driver of the day. I have to agree.
Yep, Vistas driver of the day, 100%. Those 2 moves that he made were crucial. Albeit we'll probably see something in the let's not get our hopes up. I mean, the stewards may get involved. A couple of interesting incidents with him earlier, but I guess we'll see. But he is the driver of the day in my books, though. He's done a very good job to win this race. And Lewis, what it could have been for him if he had just defended.
Yeah, a tough day for Lewis. I think he'll probably go back into the paddock and sleep tonight, thinking about not depending hard enough, especially CJ sees the line in 10th, the final World Championship point for him. He was in the wars earlier on today. Then a Mercedes sees it 11th, and now Matt Tibos. A rude awakening, Jamie, to ILR1 for him. Quite a distance off the guy in front in 11th, but I think he was involved in the wars quite a bit.
Yeah, he was involved in accidents.
He will see line 12. We'll see line 12. And retirement Salem, whose race just totally unfolded in the closing laps. Bulletproof as well, had a bit of a nightmare. But we'll give you a full roundup in a few moments' time as we wait for the driver stand. The race results. But before that, we've got the podium ceremony. And yeah, Vistas, absolutely wonderful performance from him.
Oh, what a drive! Yeah, Toro Rosso 1-2
with the victory. Sorry, Jamie, I was cutting across you there. My light cut
You're good.
Again.
You're good. Toro Rosso 1-2. Starting the domination early.
Yeah, we expected it, Jamie. Though we've said it when the lineups were announced. Toro Rosso looked like certainty to win the Constructors' Championship, and they've not disappointed in the opening race of the season. It's Vistas who wins. Lewis second. He'll be disappointed, Lewis. He feels he probably could have won it. And a brilliant drive from Leckel to come home in third. There's your top 3, and that was the Australian Grand Prix round 1 of the championship. So there you go, full results. A lot more penalties on your screen as a result of the switch to strict corner cutting, but it didn't affect the result at all, so that's good to see. Vistas winning with his teammate Lewis second. Leckel walks home in third with Michelangelo a frustrated 4th. He was following cars all race long, could have been a lot more today. Cliffy saw the line 5th, Bugatti in 6th, down 3 places. Gordon N, the biggest mover, up 8 places to 7th. It's Me brought it home 8th on his ILR1 debut, the ILR2 champion starting well. Then it was 9th for Shimasi, Frisky CJ, and 10th getting the final point. Outside the points was 11th for Zera Mercedes. A poor day for him, Jamie, has to be said, and Matt finishing in 12th.
Yep, that was a very fun. I gotta say, at least it was more entertaining than this real life Australian counterpart. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it sure was. It was an absolute cracker, and of course, there's your long list of retirements. Zalin got the times wrong at the end of the race and had a bit of a nightmare. Bullet was never on the pace all day long, and then the enormous accident at the start. I think Tadpole's retired a little bit later in all the chaos. And then who was it? So it was out at the start. It's all loading up with the driver names. It's giving me Hulkenberg, Berlin.
Yeah, because all those people left. I wouldn't blame him.
Johnny, it was Johnny. Who else was in it? Johnny.
The big crash was Johnny, Brandon, and Hungry Tadpoles, I think.
And one other. There was one other. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
well, yeah,
they were out nice and early.
Yeah. Well, safe travels. God bless. And we'll see you for ILR2.
Yeah, ILR2 coming up, of course, at 7 o'clock. If it can be anywhere near as good as that, Jamie, it's going to be a cracker there. Before we go, Jamie, a quick question. How's your pace? I know you're not racing, aren't you? You're an ILR3 now.
Yeah, I'm an ILR3, mate.
How could I forget? Oh, of course.
It was a good race.
Jamie relegated, of course, to ILR3 after a number of disasters.
Babe, I just wasn't arsed for ILR2. I mean, what's the people like to practice a lot, and I'd like to do the complete opposite, which is play Fortnite. So, yeah, that was obviously coming.
Well, there you go. That's Jamie's thoughts down to ILR3. But yeah, be sure to join us for ILR2 up next in around 20 minutes' time. The Australian Grand Prix, the opening round of the championship, brand new lineup. Who will be the king this year? And of course, that's me. Showed himself up well today, the ILR2 champion in ILR1. So, who will be the next man to come through and graduate, I should say, next season? Be sure to join us for that in around 20 minutes time. But for me and Jamie in ILR1, that's us, and we'll see you next week for, what is it next? Is it Chinese?
It's Chinese. Yeah, it's Chinese. Get me in Shanghai, mate. Yes, with Chinese.
Yeah, see you in Shanghai, folks. Good night.